Well, a very good evening to each and every one of you joining me, Miss Belinda Scandal and Mr. Michael Adams.
Hello.
How are
good
you?
evening.
I believe it's Wednesday already.
This week has flown.
It's flown. Do you know why it's flown? We've had a little bank holiday.
We have.
Did you get many eggs in your mouth?
I had not one single egg.
No. Oh, God.
Did you?
I had loads of chocolate eggs this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads. They brought out my favourite thing, I have to say, a white chocolate Cadbury's cream egg.
Oh,
I like
very nice.
Chocolate.
Do you not think they've changed the recipe of Easter eggs?
I don't know about Easter eggs, but I'll tell you what has disappointed me. Twixes are getting smaller.
Are they?
It's impossible to get 2 fingers these days.
Is it?
Honestly, I can't cope. It's doing me head in.
We had a good week last week as well, didn't we?
We had a very good week.
I know.
Wasn't it exciting?
It was.
What you didn't see, of course, was everything that was going on backstage. We did actually get to meet, I think we showed a picture, didn't we, of us meeting Ken Barlow.
Yes, Bill wrote.
Thank you. Yes, and Ian McKellen, we had to wait 34 minutes for an Uber, didn't we?
Because of the football.
Because of the football. I was stood there. Well, you saw what I was wearing. All these football fans descended. It was a good job I was in red and white.
It was.
Wasn't
it
it?
was.
Yes.
But no, we bumped into Sir Ian McKellen and invited us for drinks afterwards.
Oh, we got a little bit sloshed, didn't we?
We
Paul?
did.
A little bit sloshed on free champagne. Only at the Lowry, everybody. Only at the Lowry. Tell you what, though, we've got a marvellous show lined up for you today.
Do indeed.
Here's what's on today's show. Well, we talked about the Lowry.
We did, but
There was another theatre that didn't have much luck this weekend, though.
a bit of drama. I know. We were discussing it on the evening of Mother Goose at the Lowry because there had been some mention about audience members being a little bit rowdy at the Bodyguard, and then it just descended into chaos.
Calm down.
I mean, it is quite amazing to see the way it was dealt with.
They were on it.
They were on it. A special whoop whoop to our Adam Blease.
Oh, yes.
He was there. Our Adam.
We love Adam.
He was there. He was living his best dream. He had his hand on his radio, hand like that. I think he thought he was in the FBI. It was a little bit scary, though.
It was. I mean, it's quite... Those old theatres we were talking about, they were obviously made for when people were only tiny.
Yeah, little people.
So you're not really meant to be stood up on those upper
I
balconies.
thought she was going over at one point.
Me too. And you know what? I think it would be deserved because, of course, these people...
I won't go that
No,
far.
I think it would because these people work very hard to put on performances
Yes.
for us lot. And the poor people who went and saw The Bodyguard on that evening, unfortunately, didn't get to see the end of the performance.
Well, there's two thoughts to it in there. I'd be interested to know your thought. When you go to a theatre or a cinema, for me, it's all about the escapism. So you're going into that dark room and you're going there to escape and embrace what you're seeing either on the screen or in the theatre. I just don't feel people should be fully joining in.
No, I mean, there's opportunity for that because when we went to go and see Mamma Mia a few months ago, the whole show, obviously, they're singing songs that everybody knows, they're ABBA songs, but then they all come on for an encore at the end to tell everybody to stand up, dance and sing. That is the time to be up and getting involved with the programme.
Well, our group of guests that we've got joining us today, I've definitely not forgot their decorum. We've got some fabulous guests today. I'm excited.
And I do believe...
Yes. Sooz is joining us.
First guest. Hello to you, Sooz Kempner.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Right, let's just cut to the chase. You go to a musical, do you join in, do you not join in?
Absolutely not. Although when I saw the story, I did think about how my favourite musical is Company. And I think if I went along to Company and joined in with Getting Married Today, they should invite me on stage.
And you're doing so much at the moment. We were sent, obviously, before we do these interviews, we're sent a list of what you've done and what you are doing. And the word doom seems to be coming up quite recently.
It does, yeah. I mean, I have to say to you, Sooz, obviously you sat there with a lovely green screen behind you. Are you ready to go and shoot something as Doom today?
I think it would be fitting for me to go through all of time and space the second I'm done here, so quite possibly.
We should explain what we're talking about here. So, tell us,
it's a multi-platform Doctor Who story, adventure, and you're playing the lead character. Tell us about it.
What does it mean, multi-platform, first of all?
Well, so the Doctor Who universe, the Who-niverse, is enormous and a sort of bigger institution even than EastEnders, if I can say that word on your Manchester. So Doom, I apologise. Doom is the universe's greatest assassin, and she's found out she's got 24 hours to live unless she can find the Doctor. So it's a sort of a 24-part series across multiple platforms. These include audiobooks, audio dramas, novelizations, comics, video games even, which ties into my biggest love and the source of inspiration for most of my comedy. So yeah, I'm going to be a comic, I'm going to be a video game, and I've recorded some audio dramas and audiobooks too.
To think it was just this sort of early evening children's programme back in the 60s, 70s and 80s.
I love it.
And then now it's been bought by Disney Plus as well.
Well, that's exciting. Do you have a favourite Doctor?
Oh, do you know what? My favourite Doctor is Tom Baker because he's the funniest.
Yeah,
I love Tom Baker.
Definitely.
He still does the audio dramas.
It does indeed. So this could go on for a very long time for you because you just mentioned Tom Baker there. He's been doing it for so very much long. For some very, very long time. So you're gonna stick with it. You're gonna stay with it forever ever.
Oh, they'll have to pry me away.
We are overjoyed for you. It's all very camp, isn't it? We love that on your Manchester.
Absolutely.
So we wish you the best of luck, of course, with everything that's coming up for you and this brand new Doctor Who project as well. Of course, Doomsday coming to a comic, a digital platform, an audio book near you very soon. Well, we love a stroll around town, don't we? We always notice those buildings that we could turn into a lovely studio space, don't we?
And unfortunately, they're not used anymore.
They're not.
But what were they?
Let's find out. Here's Eve Jean.
Good evening, your Manchester. As some of you might have heard, the Grade 2 listed building that used to be Debenhams on Market Street finally has plans for redevelopment. Since 2021, it's been falling into a state of disrepair after Debenhams closed all of its department stores because of declining revenue during the pandemic. What was previously a textiles warehouse called the Rylands building will have an extension of 4 stories. The ground floor will have a shopping arcade and a leisure space for restaurants, and the other 9 floors will be used for office space. I, for one, am thrilled to see this building get another chance. But there are some other hidden buildings around Manchester that haven't. Let me tell you about a few. I'll start with the building that catches everyone's eye at Oxford Road Station, the Hotspur Press. The building was built in 1801, previously known as the Medlock Mills, one of the engine rooms of our city's cotton industry. By 1888, the building was a printing works owned by the Percy brothers. After surviving a direct hit during the Blitz and booming in the 1950s, it was closed in 1996 and has been empty for several years. Despite conversations of redevelopment, the building is still left in disrepair, and only time will tell what the future has in store for the Hotspur Press. The Hume Hippodrome has been closed off to the public for years and has become somewhat of an urban legend. From the outside it looks unassuming, a bit like a disused factory, but inside it has a different story. Inside is an Edwardian music hall, still grand and beautiful despite years of neglect. It was constructed in 1901. It was a variety theatre used for shows during World War II and a bingo hall until 1962, until its closure. Squatters wanted to make it into a cafe and a music venue, but were removed from the premises in 2019 and it has become vacant ever since. If you want to keep up with the development of the Hume Hippodrome, visit the Theatres Trust website. Did you know that underneath Manchester lies a secret web of tunnels and a communications bunker? The Guardian Telephone Exchange, also known as Scheme 567, was built during the Cold War in case of a nuclear attack. It was built between 1954 and 1957, but only became known to the public 14 years later and became known as Manchester's best kept secret. There are also remnants of an unfinished tube station called the Pick Vic project, canals, and even shops reaching as far back as the Victorian period, like the Victoria Arches on the embankment of the River Irwell. The shops were closed in the 1930s and the space was used as an air shelter during the war. That's all I've got for today. Keep up to date with the history of Manchester as it won't ever fail to surprise you. Back to you in the studio.
there's a wonderful show that's coming very, very soon. It's called Waldo's Circus of Magic and Terror. Ooh. And it sounds phenomenal.
Magic and terror?
No, hey?
I'm scared.
Joining us now is the wonderful Gary. Hello, Gary. How are you?
Very well, Belinda. Lovely to be with you.
Now, this show, I have to be honest, I've not seen before, but I am intrigued to know exactly what this is, because everybody's saying this is something of a very special evening to have out. Tell us what is in this show.
Well, it's a fusion of music and circus and theatre. So it's a play, but with circus as part of it. But the circus is kind of integral to the play. So like a good song in a musical, the circus moves the narrative on. It's not just, oh, God, didn't that look pretty? It's about the storyline. And it's interesting because it's set in Germany in 1933, when Hitler had just come to power. And circuses were populated very much by the strange and the wonderful, shall we say. Diversity is the word we use today, but in those days, they were a haven, they were a home for disabled people, gay people, people of color, all figured in the circuses. And Hitler was a big fan of circuses, so they were safe for quite a time. But then they started thinking, oh, these people aren't the pure Volk that we need in our country. So gradually they started persecuting circus performers. And the circuses didn't just lie down and take it. They became a way of smuggling, particularly Jews, out of Germany during that period of time. So it's quite a unique story, and it features on stage an array of circus performers, professional disabled performers, people from a whole variety of backgrounds.
So it's fair to say then that your show literally just treat people ahead of what they actually were and representing them.
Definitely so.
So it's got
no, absolutely. And because it's very now as well, because certainly with the situation with refugees and this neo-fascist Tory government that we have in power, it all feels very familiar, you know. There's sort of, oh, you can't do this anymore, you can't do that, etc., etc.
I think you look at this as some sort of very heavy magical illusion show, but just going off what you're saying there, it's obviously got a lot more heart and thought to it than what perhaps we thought it was.
I mean, I think audiences were blown away in Bristol. It's not an easy show to watch, certainly the second half, but the response has been amazing. I mean, people actually love it. People are in tears at the end, you know, because it is very moving. It's very powerful. But it's a wonderful piece of entertainment because it tells a really good story, you know, and it kind of makes some really, really good points, but at the same time is very, very entertaining.
So where can we catch this here within our lovely region then?
Well, it's coming to the Lowry, and we open on Thursday night. We do Thursday night, Friday night, and we're there for a matinee on the Saturday. So it's the Key Theatre at the Lowry. If you're kind of into circus in any way, it's a must-see. If you're into good theatre, it's a must-see. If you like musicals, it's a must-see. You know, so get your asses along there because it's a wonderful show.
It sounds fantastic, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Now, our Hayley's not been on the show for a few weeks because she's been busy
bee, hasn't she?
And if you're wondering what she's been up to, look no further.
Hi, I'm Hayley Cartwright, and I'm here with the cast and crew of Summer Dreaming. Let's see what it's all about. Follow me. So here we are with John Topliff and Gina T. Frost. And these two lovely people have actually written the play and they're directing it and written all the music. It's an original score because it's a musical comedy, isn't it? So, John, you wrote it. What inspired you?
This is one of our adaptations of Shakespeare plays, which we've been doing since 2013. It's a Midsummer Night's Dream set in the 1970s with a bit of sarcasm going on and some funny songs and lots of references to the 1970s, which older people make it.
Yeah, and some of it's based on your life, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Not trying to give out his age, right? He's only 20, really.
It's all about lucky opportunity. We were both working in factories and we were trying to get into show business. Yeah. And the idea of Nick and Francis, it's all been contextualised into them trying to get out of the factory and get into show business and escape their miserable lives. But everybody else is doing something else. The lovers, everybody else, Donald and Helen, Hermia and Leroy, they're all trying to get into where they want to be.
And also I have the pleasure of working with my little comrade here. You know, this is Carl Cam, and you're playing Nick Bottom.
I'm playing Nick Bottom.
Yes, we're like a double act, aren't we? Yeah. And over here we have Stephen Connolly as well.
Yes.
And you play?
Peter Quince and the Duke of Wilmslow.
Two roles. And over here we have lovely Emma, and you play Deirdre.
Deirdre Turnip.
Deirdre Turnip, I just love it. And over here we have Noel.
Yeah, I play Oberon, the king of the fairies.
Turn out the wrong way.
When are we on? When are we on, Gina?
We're on the 19th of April to the 23rd of April.
19th to the 23rd of April.
With a matinee on the 23rd.
Yes. At the empty space.
Yes, you can get, and tickets are not expensive at all.
No.
You get a lot for your money, get a lot of bang for your buck, isn't it? So, you know, and actually, the big thing about this play is you, in particular, wanted it to be quite a lot of cast who are neurodiverse, didn't you? Because you're neurodiverse yourself, you know.
I am.
And is it about 75% of the cast and crew?
Well, we intended 50%, but it's more like 75, yeah.
It just grew, basically.
It just grew, yeah. And obviously, this is an adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream for those who actually don't know that we're talking about Midsummer Night's Dream.
It's Shakespeare, Jim, but not as good.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Belinda, split second Caldero. I've come from Trinidad and Tobago. It's an island in the Caribbean. It's one of the closest islands to Venezuela. Yeah, and I'm here today at the Carlton Record Fair. The Carlton Club Record Fair was actually created based on me trying to do something different, also doing something in the community to bring people together. Manchester has been one of the most influential places to me in the UK where music, DJing, and also foods. And I say foods, I mean there are loads of restaurants in Manchester where there will be the taste of Caribbean foods. So with that said and done, I decided to infuse the Caribbean food in the Carlton Record Fair. Record fairs in the UK has always been just records and traders. And I thought to myself, it's time to bring a little twist. Okay, so the love and the passion of music stemmed from, let's say, from the age of 13. I played a lot of vinyls when I was younger. My mom and dad, they actually bought a lot of vinyls, and I will actually use or try to play them or try to scratch, you know. Back in the day when you listen to radio, you'll hear the DJs mixing and scratching. So I would take the time, and obviously when my mom and dad isn't at home, and put in the on a record, so to speak. DJing was like, back then, it was no social media, so you really had to have talent to get that break. You had to like hang around, know someone that has a DJ sound system for that to give you a chance. I chose the Carlton Club based on noticing it was like a popular location where people will come together. And when I came to this Carlton Club to have the meeting, I really was amazed and blown away by the whole ambience in terms of the outside view, the size, the fact that there was a kitchen. I mean, there's so many things I could say about the Carlton Club. That was one of the main factors that I decided to choose this venue. Coming from the Caribbean, there are two artists that I love, partly from Manchester, which would be Lisa Stanfield and David Bowie. Yeah, so the music community in Manchester, I must say, there's the vinyl community, there's the digital community, but both communities, I mean, I'm actually affiliated with both communities. I would say the love and the appreciation for vinyl record in Manchester is out of this world. It's mind-blowing to see. Sometimes I go to a shop and I would notice that there would be teenagers, there would be people in the 20s, well, people much younger than me, that spending like hundreds of pounds on vinyl records, and I'm really baffled And also I'm happy to see that the culture is now back on its roots. It's all for the community. You know, the Carlton Record Fair was designed to bring people together in this community.
See, our city, our region,
there's a lot
is
going on,
fantastic. We've gone to underground Manchester. We've gone overground Manchester. We're like Wombles. I can't cope. We're everywhere. We're fully indulging and loving it. Anyway, that's all we've got for today, though.
It is indeed. We are back. Well, you're back next week. It's my week off.
Yes, I'm here with a very special co-host next week.
Have we decided who it is yet?
Nope, that's why I said a very special co-host. But on the show next week, we are looking at the third part of So You Think You Know Manchester with our Ollie. We're also going to be speaking to a gentleman called Sam Danson from the Bitopia play.
Oh, and you've got Darren and Michael from Trafford Pride.
We have indeed, because that is all going on.
It's all going on,
isn't
it?
It's fantastic. But listen, it's been a very interesting show.
It has indeed.
But we are delving deeper into our archives.
Oh, God.
And when was it that you actually went and did the Harry Potter?
Seems like an eternity. It was about October time, and
it looked very professional.
It did. However, things didn't, as usual, didn't always go to plan because of the weather.
Well, I tell you what, we'll let everybody watch the nice titles, but also more important, we'll let everybody watch the outtakes of your little Harry Potter experience. As we say, thanks for watching this week's episode of
Your Manchester!
For my breakfast today, I had a Greggs sausage roll, and it was very tasty.
Wait for the plane to go overhead. I'm waiting for the plane to go overhead. Let these guys get their pictures first. Hello, good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of Your Manchester. Oh, bugger, we'll do it again.
I had a Greggs sausage roll from Bradford Interchange last night. In fact, I bought it last night, and then this morning I ate it for my breakfast, and it was very, very nice. I enjoyed it. How much more walking do you want me to do?
Hello and good evening. Welcome to... Oh, we'll do it again. Sorry, I mucked up. To the Arley Hole and Go... So I'm Michael Adams, coming to you from the Arley Hole and Go... Can't get me words out, the music's too loud. Hello to each and every one of you joining me, Michael Adams, here. I've mucked up my line. Ollie, you had your shot, we've done it. Right, we'll do it again. And then just down there, we've got the Cauldron Cafe. Defo going to be checking out that. I love that. It's a Ford Anglia. So look at that. The fans are putting me to shame. I think I need to scrub up on my Harry Potter knowledge. I know. Oh, wonderful. Ben, come on over. We're doing this now. I like the look of this one, me. Look at this. I found myself a wand. Let's see if I can make some magic happen. Oh, we'll do that again. And look at this. I found... I don't know if he's ready. Wonderful.
But have Harry Potter facing. Hold it from the bottom.
This is going to look like a random bloke stood. That doesn't look natural at all. Use your other hand, you mug.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Frankie, drink it and then pretend to laugh. Michael, make him laugh when he's drank it. Right, 3, 2, 1.
I guess that's the only downside.
This is for you in the edit, Ollie.
Like this.
You can hear me having a natter.
I mean, to be honest with you, we didn't really anticipate having to film a television programme in this weather, so...
Pretty baby with a high heels on. You give me fever I've never ever known.
Your Manchester! Right, umbrella back.
Lovely, lovely.
It's horrible! Get me home! I'm a celebrity. Get me home! Oh. Hello. Oh, it's a deer. Oh, and it glows. I've been told that I should only come in here if I'm all right with spiders. I am a little bit nervous, I won't lie. No sign of any spiders yet. Just getting incredibly wet.
Right, it's very wet. Let's get ourselves off home. We're not using this, are we? You're Manchester.